One North Carolina man says he was shot at by an angry driver who tore down his Trump banner in his mother's front yard.
This is just insane. Chanley Painter has the details on this story. Good morning, Chanley.
Hey, good morning. So Mark Thomas, he was just relaxing at his North Carolina home last month when he became alarmed after seeing a man wearing what he described as an Antifa-style mask eyeing a Trump sign outside his 87-year-old mother's house. Well, police say Benjamin Campbell was allegedly speeding before he stopped to remove that banner. Thomas confronted the masked vandal, proceeding to his porch to fire 2 warning shots.
Being a Second Amendment believer, I reached over, grabbed my rifle, and took off out there to the porch. And when he stuck his hand out of the window, I thought, well, there's only one reason a guy would do that. I don't know, but some of these people, they just see a Trump sign and they just snap.
Well, Campbell apparently fled, only to return moments later armed, and according to Thomas, fired several shots from the sunroof of his car, including one that hit the refrigerator inside his home. Well, Campbell then sped off, but eventually the law did catch up with him. He's an Atlanta-based accountant, and he has since been extradited back to North Carolina, where he faces multiple gun-related felony charges. And guys, perhaps the most shocking part of all this story is that it took place just 4 days after the Charlie Kirk shooting.
Gosh, this man just triggered by a Trump sign. All right, thank you so much, Chanley.
Yeah, they caught him on a surveillance camera ripping the sign off the side of the car. So he got a gun, shot it in the air. This guy shoots out the sunroof, doesn't hit anything. He said, I probably wasn't going to call the cops. But then he comes back around again, and he thought he was some kid, but the guy's 38 years old. Do you believe this?
Well, he's also shooting from inside of the window. You don't know what you're aiming for.
You hit a refrigerator inside the house.
You're just shooting indiscriminately. I would say this, there keeps being this plea that, you know, both sides. It's the reason. It's not just if a person votes for the other candidate. It is they tear down the sign and then want to shoot a Trump supporter.
That's the video right there. Look, his arm is out of the sunroof and he's shooting back at the homeowner. The homeowner said he was driving by his house. He slammed on the brakes as soon as he saw the Trump sign, got out of his car and pulled down the sign and drives back to Georgia. They had to extradite him into North Carolina, which is where this happened. The guy is an accountant in Atlanta.
September 6th it happened. They arrest him September 30th. So they eventually got the guy. The other guy owns a river rafting company. He was just visiting his mom, who's 81 years old. And now this incident happens because he put on the side of his vehicle who he voted for.
Look, I mean, we've got to tone down this rhetoric. We have to tone down, not rhetoric, we have to tone down our reactions if you see the opposing side's political signs. Why would that make you want to pull out a gun? Why would it make you want to tear it down?
It's incredible. It's incredible. But normal people don't do that. Yeah. Normal people just don't do that. You ignore the sign. You maybe shake your head and be like, I don't know how they voted for. But who you vote for considers death. I mean, come on.
Mark Thomas was the one who had his sign ripped down, and this guy, Benjamin Michael Campbell, is a 38-year-old who's now under arrest.